Welcome to our deep dive into Emerald Tablet 6, the Key of Magic.
Ah, yes.
It's a channeled revelation from Thoth the Atlantean by Rebecca Marina Messenger.
Okay.
Now, I know some of you might be thinking magic, like pulling rabbits out of hats.
Right.
Well, not exactly.
Yeah.
It's more about tapping into ancient wisdom.
Uh-huh.
This book explores the eternal struggle between darkness and light.
Yeah.
And honestly, it gets really interesting,
It does.
especially when you start to see how these forces might be playing out in your own life.
That's right. We're not just talking about some kind of abstract mystical battle here. It's more than that.
Okay, Thoth talks about this ancient warfare between darkness and light. You know, a concept that's been around since the dawn of humanity.
Yes.
But what's fascinating is that he describes it as a spiritual and energetic battle,
Yes.
not a physical one.
Right.
So it's not like armies clashing on a battlefield.
No. Think of it this way. It's more like a constant tug of war happening within us and all around us.
Mhm.
There are forces that are constantly trying to pull us down, trying to feed our fears and our doubts.
Yeah.
And then on the other hand, there are forces that lift us up,
Okay.
that inspire us to be our best selves.
So it's not about some epic showdown between good and evil like we see in movies.
No.
It's more about the choices that we're making every day, the
Yeah.
thoughts that we dwell on, the actions that we take.
Exactly.
Like all those things determine which side we're feeding.
Got it. And Thoth is very clear about what's at stake in this battle. He talks about these dark brothers who use temptation and greed and manipulation to try and sway humans towards darkness.
Okay, now that sounds a little ominous. Are we talking about like shadowy figures lurking in the corners?
Not necessarily. Think of them more as representations of those negative forces that can influence us. You know, it could be that voice in your head that tells you you're not good enough. Or it could be like societal pressures that make you feel like you have to conform to a certain mold. Or it could even be like manipulative people.
Individuals.
Yeah. Who try to take advantage of you.
Wow, that's actually pretty relatable. I think we've all encountered those kinds of negative influences at some point in our lives.
Absolutely. And what's even more insidious is that these dark brothers often disguise themselves. They'll promise you power, pleasure, or these really easy solutions. But in reality, what they're really trying to do is keep us trapped in these cycles of fear and negativity.
So how do we protect ourselves from these dark influences? I mean, because let's face it, fear is something that we all experience.
That's where Thoth's teachings become really empowering. He emphasizes that fear is like the fuel for darkness. The more we feed our fears, the stronger those negative forces become.
Yeah, that makes sense. When we're afraid, we're more likely to make impulsive decisions or let others control us.
Exactly. But there's good news. We also have a powerful weapon against fear, our own hearts.
Okay, I'm intrigued. How do our hearts help us in this battle?
Thoth believes that the heart is our inner compass. It's a source of wisdom and strength that can never be corrupted. He says that when we're faced with a difficult choice, we should always listen to our hearts. They'll guide us towards the light.
So it's not about ignoring our fears, but rather about using our hearts to navigate through them.
Precisely. Our hearts can help us discern what's truly in our best interest, what will actually lead us towards a life of joy and abundance and purpose.
That's a powerful concept. It's almost like having an internal GPS that's always pointing us in the right direction.
Exactly. And the more we trust our hearts, the stronger that connection becomes. We start to develop a deep sense of inner knowing, an unshakable faith in our own ability to navigate the challenges that life throws our way.
Okay. I'm starting to see how these ancient teachings can actually be really practical. But what about specifics? Does Thoth give us any tools or techniques to help us connect with our hearts and strengthen our inner light?
He does. And that's what we'll explore next. He offers some specific rituals and practices. But what's more important are the underlying principles.
Okay.
The idea that we actually have the power to choose, to cultivate awareness, and to tap into a source of strength and wisdom that's always available to us.
So it's not just about following a set of rules, it's about developing a deeper understanding of ourselves.
Yes.
And our place in this cosmic dance between darkness and light.
Exactly. And that's where the real magic begins. It's interesting how Thoth presents this idea of constantly choosing light. It's not just a one-time decision. It's more of, a daily practice.
Oh, so it's not like we just reach some sort of enlightened state and then we're good.
Right, exactly. Because, life throws curveballs and we're always being, bombarded with negative messages. It's like we're always walking this tightrope.
Yeah.
Between, darkness and light. And we always have to make these choices.
About which way to go.
About where to focus our energy, exactly.
Right, okay. And that's definitely more realistic than, this idea that we can just achieve perfection and then be done with it.
Right, and that's where awareness comes in.
Yeah.
Being aware of those negative influences those dark brothers that we talked about.
Yeah.
That helps us to make conscious choices about how we respond to things.
So instead of getting swept away by our fear or our doubt, we can pause, take a breath,
Exactly.
choose a more empowering perspective.
That's it. And remember, Thoth emphasizes that choosing light isn't always easy.
Right.
He talks about, facing obstacles great and mountains to climb.
Oh, wow. So it's not like choosing light makes all of our problems disappear.
No, not at all.
Mhm.
In fact, sometimes it can feel like choosing light actually makes things even harder.
Harder, really?
Yeah, at least in the short term.
Why is that?
Because choosing light often means, confronting our shadows.
Oh, yeah.
Those parts of ourselves that we'd rather just keep hidden. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. It's like those times when we know we need to make a change,
Uh-huh.
but it feels so scary and uncomfortable.
Exactly. Choosing light can require us to step outside of our comfort zones,
Yeah.
to challenge our limiting beliefs and to face our fears head on.
Ugh. Yeah, I don't always like doing that. But I guess the rewards are worth it, right?
Absolutely. Thoth says that, to him that overcometh, free will he be of the pathway of light. The more we choose light, the more we liberate ourselves from the chains of fear and negativity.
I love that. It's like each time we choose light, we're strengthening our inner muscles. It's
Yeah.
making it easier to choose light again in the future.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. It's like building resilience.
Right.
The more we face those challenges and choose light, the stronger we become.
So it's not about, being perfect or never making mistakes, but about getting back up each time we fall and just like recommitting to the path of light.
Exactly. And remember, Thoth reminds us that we're not alone in this journey.
Okay.
We have the brothers of light, those positive forces that are always there to guide and support us.
I like to think of it as like having a team of spiritual cheerleaders,
Yeah.
always cheering us on and reminding us of our strength.
That's a great image. And we also have each other. Thoth talks about being our brother's helper.
Right. So it's not just about like individual enlightenment,
No,
but about helping others find their way to the light as well.
precisely. It's about recognizing that we're all interconnected and understanding that our choices, they don't just impact us, they impact the world around us.
Oh, that's such a beautiful thought. It's like we're all like weaving this tapestry of light together, and each act of kindness, each choice for love, it contributes to the overall beauty of the pattern.
Exactly. And speaking of, contributing to the light, Thoth provides some really specific tools to help us connect with those positive forces.
You're talking about those sacred names that he mentioned.
Yes, exactly. He gives us those names: Untanas, Quetas, Kital, Goyana, Huetal, Semveda, and Ardal. And he suggests that chanting these names can actually create a powerful vibration that helps to free us from darkness.
So it's almost like calling on divine assistance,
Uh-huh.
tapping into a higher frequency that can uplift us and empower us.
Precisely. And he even connects those names to the 7 chakras, suggesting that they can help to balance and harmonize our energy system.
Wow. It's like a multi-level healing modality,
Yeah,
working on our physical, emotional, and spiritual bodies all at the same time.
exactly. And I think it really speaks to the holistic nature of Thoth's teachings.
Right.
He's not just offering, spiritual platitudes. He's providing us with practical tools that we can use to transform our lives from the inside out.
And he emphasizes that this transformation, it's an ongoing process.
Yeah.
It's not a, one-time event. It's about constantly striving
Uh-huh.
to align ourselves with the light, cultivating awareness, and trusting our hearts as our inner compass. That's a really powerful message. It reminds us that we actually have the power to create the life that we desire.
Yes.
A life that's filled with purpose and joy and abundance.
Absolutely. And that's the true magic of Emerald Tablet 6. The key of magic. It's not about pulling rabbits out of hats.
Right.
It's about unlocking the infinite potential that lies within each of us.
That's a beautiful way to sum it up. And it makes me wonder, if we can truly tap into this inner power, what kind of world could we create?
That's a great question. And I think the answer lies not just in our individual choices, but in our collective willingness to embrace the light and work together to create a more loving, a more compassionate, more harmonious world.
That's a vision worth striving for. And maybe, just maybe, by sharing these teachings from Thoth, we can play a small part in making that vision a reality.
I believe we can. And remember, even the smallest spark of light can illuminate the darkest corners. So never underestimate the power of your own light to make a difference.
That's inspiring. And it makes me think, if each act of choosing light, it creates a ripple effect
Yeah.
that's spreading outwards and influencing other people,
Uh-huh.
then maybe we're not just creating a better world for ourselves, but for generations to come.
That's a profound thought. It
Right.
really reminds us that our choices, they matter.
Yeah.
Not just in the present moment, but, in the grand scheme of things.
So as we continue our deep dive into Emerald Tablet 6, let's keep that in mind, you know? Let's choose light not just for ourselves, but for the future that we're creating together. That's a powerful intention. And I believe that by holding that intention in our hearts, we can tap into a force that's far greater than ourselves, a force that can truly transform the world.
You know, one thing that really stands out to me as we go deeper into Emerald Tablet 6 is Thoth's emphasis on personal responsibility.
Okay. Now, when you say personal responsibility, what do you mean by that?
Well, he's always reminding us that we have the power to choose. We're not, just puppets of fate or victims of circumstance.
Right. He says light comes only to him who strives.
Right. Exactly.
So it's not like enlightenment is just handed to us, on a silver platter. We have to actually work towards it.
Yes. And that work begins with taking a really good look at our own thoughts and beliefs. Thoth really encourages us to examine thine heart.
Yeah.
And, identify any darkness that might be lurking within.
So it's about taking ownership of our inner landscape.
Yes.
Acknowledging, both the light and shadow sides of ourselves.
Exactly. We all have both light and shadow within us. It's about recognizing those shadows and then making a conscious effort to cultivate more light.
But how do we deal with those times when we just feel so overwhelmed by negativity or external pressures? I mean, Thoth does acknowledge that those dark forces can try to influence us.
He does. But he also offers some practical tools for dealing with those challenges. Remember those specific words for banishing dark thoughts: Chikatet, Aurelich, and Vomalites.
Oh, yeah. Those were pretty intense sounding words. What was the idea behind using them?
Well, Thoth doesn't really go into specific meanings for them, but he emphasizes their vibrational power to break the hold of negative thoughts. It's like using sound to, disrupt and clear stagnant energy.
Okay. Yeah, I can see how that could be helpful. It's almost like hitting the reset button on our minds.
Right.
When those negative thoughts start, swirling around.
Exactly. And he also talks about the importance of visualization, imagining waves of light just washing over us. That could be a really powerful way to shift our energy and to raise our vibration.
So even when we feel like we're being pulled towards darkness, we always have the power to resist and choose a different path.
That's the key takeaway. We're not powerless. We always have a choice. And each time we choose light, we're, strengthening our connection to those positive forces.
That's so empowering. It's like we're building a muscle. The more we use it, the stronger it gets.
Exactly. And as we become more skilled at choosing light, we start to experience more joy, more abundance, more fulfillment in our lives. It's like a positive feedback loop.
It sounds like Thoth is giving us a roadmap to navigate the challenges of life and create a more fulfilling existence.
That's a great way to put it. He's offering us ancient wisdom that's still so relevant today. Practical tools that we can use to transform our lives from the inside out.
Well, as we wrap up this deep dive into Emerald Tablet 6, what's the one message that you hope our listeners take away?
I think the most important message is this: you are not alone in this journey. There are forces of light that are always available to guide and support you. And you have the power within you to create a life that's filled with purpose and joy and abundance.
That's beautiful. And it's a great reminder that we all have the potential to tap into something greater than ourselves.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not about achieving some perfect state of enlightenment. It's about the journey.
Right.
It's about, constantly striving to align ourselves with the light and trusting that the universe has our back.
Well said. And thank you for joining me on this deep dive into Emerald Tablet 6. It's been an incredible journey, and I hope our listeners have found it equally enlightening.
It's been a pleasure.
And remember, dear listeners, keep choosing light. Keep trusting your hearts, and keep believing in the magic that unfolds when you align yourself with those positive forces. Until next time, may your journey be filled with joy and abundance and the transformative power of light.